Welcome back to the Auto Center, the place where we explore the cars that make history, the concepts that could shape the future, and the machines that capture our imagination. Today we're talking about something very special, something that has stirred conversations all around the automotive world, and that is the possibility of a brand new Volkswagen Beetle arriving in 2026. Yes, you heard that right. The Beetle, one of the most recognizable and beloved cars ever built, could be making a return. And not just any return, but a reinvention as an all-electric icon ready to compete in the modern EV landscape. So sit back, relax, and join me as we dive into the details, the speculation, and the excitement surrounding the potential 2026 Volkswagen Beetle. The Beetle is more than just a car. It is a cultural phenomenon. First introduced back in the late 1930s, it became known worldwide as the people's car. Simple, reliable, affordable, and with a design so unique that even a child could recognize it from a distance. The Beetle became part of everyday life for millions of people. It was the car of choice for families, students, rebels, and dreamers alike. Through the 1960s and 70s, it became a symbol of counterculture, appearing in movies, songs, and even cartoons. Volkswagen reinvented it twice, once in 1998 with the new Beetle, which leaned heavily on retro charm, and again in 2011 with a more modern, muscular design. But in 2019, Volkswagen finally ended production of the Beetle, declaring the end of an era, or so we thought. Fast forward to today, and rumors of a comeback are stronger than ever. The electric age gives Volkswagen the perfect opportunity to reintroduce the Beetle, this time as part of their ID family of electric cars. Most enthusiasts and industry insiders believe that if the Beetle does return, it will be built on Volkswagen's MEB platform. That's the same modular architecture that underpins the ID.3, the ID.4, and the ID. Buzz. This platform would allow the Beetle to adopt a rear-wheel drive setup like the original, while also offering the possibility of an all-wheel drive, dual-motor version for those who want extra performance and capability. That balance between heritage and technology could make the Beetle not just a nostalgic design piece, but a competitive player in the EV market. Design, of course, is the most exciting part of the discussion. Everyone wants to know what will the 2026 Beetle look like? Well, nothing has been confirmed, but we can expect Volkswagen to preserve some of the classic DNA. Round headlights are practically a requirement. The flowing fenders and that recognizable curved roofline are also likely to make a return, but don't expect a simple copy of the past. Instead, renderings and fan concepts suggest a sleeker, wider stance, modern LED light signatures, and more. Aerodynamic lines. Imagine a futuristic twist on the original Bug, familiar enough to spark nostalgia, but advanced enough to turn heads on a busy highway in 2026. Some even imagine it looking more aggressive, sportier, and more youthful than ever before. There's also talk about practicality. The Beetle has always been thought of as a two-door coupe, but the market today is very different. Consumers want space, versatility, and everyday usability. That's why many insiders speculate that the new Beetle could take the form of a four-door hatchback, with a large rear liftgate and even a front trunk thanks to its electric architecture. For some Beetle purists, that idea feels wrong, almost like breaking tradition. But the reality is that more doors and more practicality could expand its audience and give Volkswagen the sales numbers it needs to justify bringing it back. After all, what's the point of reviving a legend if it can't thrive in today's market? Performance and range are other key factors. Based on what the MEB platform can deliver, we can expect a range somewhere between 250 and 300 miles on a full charge, which would make the Beetle competitive with other EVs in its segment. Charging speeds could allow an 80% top-up in around half an hour, which is standard for modern Volkswagens. In terms of power, a base model might produce somewhere in the 200 horsepower range, while a dual-motor version could push closer to 300 horsepower. That kind of performance would make this Beetle quicker and more capable than any of its predecessors, offering not just style and nostalgia, but also real driving excitement. Now let's talk about price, because this is where things get interesting. Analysts suggest that if Volkswagen does bring the Beetle back as an electric car, it could cost somewhere between $55,000 and $65,000. That would put it in the same territory as premium EVs like the Tesla Model 3, the Hyundai Ioniq 6, and Volkswagen's own ID lineup. This means the Beetle would no longer be the budget-friendly people's car it once was. Instead, it would be positioned as a lifestyle product, a car you buy because it makes you feel something, because it connects you to history, and because it represents a blend of nostalgia and innovation. And honestly, that makes sense. The Beetle has always thrived on emotion, and in today's EV market, emotion is just as important as technology. But here's the twist. Volkswagen's current CEO, Thomas Schaefer, has gone on record saying that the Beetle will not return. He has argued that some vehicles simply belong to history, and that the company's focus needs to be on new ideas and models for the future. That statement has disappointed many fans, but it hasn't killed the dream. In fact, some argue that Volkswagen is simply downplaying its plans, keeping the Beetle's return a surprise for later. After all, few expected the ID buzz to make it to production. Yet it's now one of Volkswagen's most exciting products. Could the Beetle follow the same path? It's not impossible. What's clear is that the Beetle still has an enormous fan base. Social media is filled with renderings, concepts, and endless discussions about what a modern Beetle could look like. Fans describe it as futuristic, aggressive, and playful all at once. Some call it a retro beast. Others imagine it as a city-friendly EV with charm and personality. What unites everyone is the idea that the Beetle deserves a future, not just a past. And in a world where so many cars look alike, a new Beetle could stand out like nothing else. So where does that leave us? Right now, the Beetle's future remains uncertain. It may return in 2026 as part of Volkswagen's electric lineup, or it may remain a dream fueled by fan renderings and nostalgia. Either way, the Beetle's story is far from over. Whether as a memory, a rumor, or a rebirth, it continues to capture hearts and spark conversations around the globe. And here at the Auto Center, we'll be watching closely, ready to bring you the latest updates as soon as they happen. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the possible future of the Volkswagen Beetle, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Auto Center, and ring the bell so you never miss our coverage of the cars that matter most. And let me know in the comments below. Do you think Volkswagen should bring back the Beetle, or should it remain a legend of the past? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is the Auto Center, signing off.